Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lorena Aguirre and I post here on YouTube every Monday and Saturday. Alright you guys, first off we're going to get these montage tips and we're going to go ahead and apply them. These are the Coffin, or the Effortless Coffin. These really make my job so much easier, so love these. And then I'm going to go ahead and get their glue, but typically you could pretty much get any glue. I feel like most glues are the same. I've tried a few. This one, it adheres really fast, so I don't feel like I have to hold it for a really long time, so that is great. Just because I've had some that they didn't dry fast enough, and honestly this bottle, I'm so thankful that the bottle hasn't glued shut yet, because I have that issue with so many glues. Alright you guys, we're gonna get Mellow Yellow, and then we're gonna go ahead and put this on the nails. This is a super light pastel yellow. It is perfect for like spraying and doing ombres with this. Oh, I love it. So we're gonna go ahead and just apply that, and the size of brush that I am using is going to be a size 12. And I measure my nails using these two forms that are taped back to back. I find that this helps me so much, just not have to guess basically what the lengths of the nails are, which I love that. And sometimes some people, they like certain nails shorter, so it helps me kind of just keep track of what my clients like, because usually sometimes we'll do like the pinky a size shorter. It all just depends on their preference. And then sometimes they also like their thumbs to be a little bit smaller. So it just depends on them and how they like it, and usually this helps me keep track of how we usually do it. And then I am just going to be working with a very thin layer of acrylic. I'm not going to go in too thick just because I am going to be capping it. If you guys do need a video on how to prep the nail, I do have one on my YouTube channel. Make sure to check that out, especially if you are a beginner nail tech, just because the retention of my clients, they could either go up to, some depending on how hard they are on their nails, they could go up anywhere to 2 weeks up to 4 weeks. And I've even had one client that she actually went to 2 months, which that blew my mind, because usually everybody is more around that month mark. And so yeah, so if you guys need a good prepping video, I am here to help you, because that is something I struggled with when I had first started doing nails. But yeah, so make sure to check that video out. This is a red iguana hand, so I do like to just use the little practice tips. I don't waste my time in prepping or anything unless the tips are a little bit more on the thicker side. Then I do find myself having to blend the natural tip into the natural nail, and I would mimic like the beige nail as the natural nail, just because it needs to blend into there, just because otherwise that little piece of the tip that will be sticking up, if there is, it will end up actually shining through, especially on ombres or any colored acrylic that you're doing. If you're doing clear acrylic, you don't really have to worry about that much, but I still recommend doing it, just because I feel like it adds strength to the nail, and just because acrylic's stronger than a plastic tip. And then I'm getting Desert Peach, putting a small little bead of that. I could have even went a little bit smaller, just so then my ombre could have been a little bit higher, but I ended up adding another bead. But depending on how high you want your ombre to go, I would recommend definitely working with smaller beads of acrylic, just so then you don't end up accidentally making it too low. And I feel like in my case right here, it was a little bit lower than I'd like, but I did want to leave it in here just so I could show you guys and explain to you guys how I would do it different and whatnot. You guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys watch me, and then after, if I do feel like I need to explain something to you guys, I'll go ahead and do so. But if you guys do have comments, make sure to comment down below and I'll go ahead and get back to you, or I could even make a video on the topic that you guys are needing help on. you guys, these butterflies are from Montage Nail Supply. So if you guys do shop with them, they do have a lot of different things. They have a colored acrylic, they have monomer, they have primer, they have a whole bunch of stuff. And before they had their own personal line, they have a ton of nail art stuff, which is amazing. I love going in there. I'm able to find usually everything I need, which is great. But I am an Amazon shopper too, so if I don't find it there, I will go on Amazon. But these stickers, you guys could pretty much find these anywhere. These are super hot right now, so a lot of places they do sell them. So make sure to check these stickers out because they are the bomb. They're so easy to use. You could either put a clear gel over the top of them, or you could actually even just do what I'm doing and cap them in acrylic. And I still needed to do acrylic, so I was like, you know what, why not just do this step all at once? And it's awesome because since the packaging on there is clear, you're kind of able to hover over the nail and see which one best fits the set that you are doing. And I found that this one looked so cute and the size of it was going to be perfect for this nail. So I went ahead and applied this one, of course. And I don't, if you guys are going to be capping stickers underneath the acrylic, something that I would recommend is really making sure that you do your colored acrylic very, very thin, so then you could actually add the structure with the clear bead of acrylic. Reason being is because if you guys end up going and filing and you guys file too much, then you guys are going to be filing parts of that sticker off, and you guys really don't want that, just because it's you guys can fix it. I don't want it to seem like you guys can't, but I definitely recommend trying to stay clear of that, just because you guys don't want to have to touch up if you guys don't have to. And this doesn't mean that you guys have to do the acrylic super bulky whatsoever. It's just so that the sticker is protected. So if you feel like it's like your acrylic looks super low on one side and high on the other, I would recommend fixing that now, just because then you are able to like have that nice and smooth transition into your shape, just because otherwise you might end up finding yourself filing to make it look right and get that super nice structure, and then you go into your design. And I also like capping my ombres as well, just because it helps keep it the way I actually laid it. And that is something super important, because there would be times back in the past where I would not cap it whatsoever, and then I would go into filing and I'm like, what the heck, like why does it look so ugly? But that is why. So if you guys are a beginner nail tech and you guys aren't capping your ombres, make sure to do so. Just work in very thin beads of acrylic. It will help you, it will save you time, and not be so overwhelmed and stressed and feel like you're doing something wrong when it's just an easy different types of steps to do. And then I went ahead and got this buffer, and basically this buffer, I was trying to do the shape with it as well, but I felt like it was the sponge in there, it wasn't allowing me to get the perfect shape. So I went ahead and later on you'll see me end up getting a file. This buffer, I do love them just for buffing, not for shaping, because that's what you see me trying to do right here, is actually use it for shaping, and no, I wasn't able to use it for shaping. But I do want to mention that this one, I think it's called aorta. I think I might be pronouncing wrong, but these are super nice. But if I do find some that I'm able to link for you guys down below, I'll go ahead and do so, that are similar to this one, just because this one, it is a 100 grit. Or no, this one is actually an 80 grit. I'm sorry. Sorry if I sound super nasally. I have really bad allergies. I've been gardening so much lately that my allergies have been so crazy. So you guys might see me or hear me sniffling quite a bit. guys, and then the sanding band, it is a medium sanding band by Metacore, I think that's how you pronounce it, and I just use this to seal the cuticle. If you guys don't know what's sealing the cuticle, it's basically making sure it's not super bulky and you guys are able to get it thin as possible so there is no lifting while your clients leave. Just because if it is super bulky or if it is on the skin, it is going to lift you guys. And if you guys have a client that is able to pick at it, a lot of clients, they are pickers, so definitely recommend doing this and getting nice and close to the cuticle without cutting them. If you guys do need to soften the edge of the sanding band, you guys could actually put it up against a file and it'll help take that coarseness right off the very tip of it. But I never feel like I have a problem with it personally, but if that is something that you guys feel the need to do, go ahead and do so. I mean, whatever works for you. Every nail tech is different, so the method you might see me doing right now might not be for you, but for me, this is what works. This is how I'm able to get the look that I am trying to achieve. And I do also really want to recommend, or not recommend, I do want to mention that this set was actually inspired by a girl I had seen on TikTok. Her name is Kate. Let me double check what her name is really quick. Okay, her name is KDYYY11 and she is on TikTok. Make sure to check her out just because honestly her set is the bomb. So make sure to check it out. She was my inspiration for this set and she is an amazing nail tech, so definitely make sure to check her out because she is super amazing and she deserves the credit for this. Even though I did switch it up a little bit, she was my inspo for this, and I just appreciate nail techs that they do end up putting their inspo out there and stuff. And yeah, so thank you for letting me have inspo from you because your work is so amazing. Alright you guys, and then this is Nail Addict's Matte Top Coat. Honestly, you guys, I've been super impressed with it. If you guys are using it over gels, you guys are gonna really want to make sure that your colored gels, they are you want to make sure that your color gels are super cured. You don't want to under cure them, so if you guys even have to cure them an extra time than what it says, just because some lights, depending on if they are weak or not, some can't handle certain things. So especially if it's super pigmented gels, I highly recommend, if you guys are getting really pigmented gels, I really recommend going and getting yourself a really good light, because if you guys, the gels are super pigmented, I do notice that the lights have a harder time to cure them. So if anytime that I would use like a cheap, more affordable light, I do feel like I would have problems with either the gel lifting or it not fully curing all the way. So highly recommend get yourself a good lamp, just because it will help save you time and money in the long run, because you won't have to have people coming back and fixing their nails and whatnot. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the light for 30 seconds. If you guys are only doing colored acrylic and you guys aren't using any gels whatsoever, then I don't feel like it is necessary, but for designs, I know a lot of people, they do use gel, so that is why I am letting you guys know that using a good light does really make a difference and your design will not peel off, or you guys won't have any issues with that. And then the brush that I'm using is actually from OPI. It is a number 3. I did get this from a local nail supply store. It's called Paris Nails. Make sure to check them out on Instagram. Super cute store. They have a ton of stuff. The walls are completely filled with products side by side. There's no gaps. You guys could also even find a lot of different things on there. I don't know if they have a website. But one thing about these brushes, they are not made to go in acetone, so since the base of it is like I think like a type of acrylic, or I don't know if I'm saying it right, acrylite, or And so basically the plastic on here completely separated, so I did end up having to glue it back, and now I'm more careful with it. I only put the silver part of the barrel in my brush cleaner, but the brush cleaner is a majority of acetone, so definitely recommend not doing that, just because you might end up finding yourself like me and having to glue it back together. Putting that in the light for another 30 seconds, and then applying this montage top coat, and I am just going to go ahead and go along with it, making sure that I am applying a good amount just so the glitter will be able to grab onto this color right here, or grab onto the clear, sorry. You guys, I'm sad to say, but this video is coming to an end. This is the final look, you guys. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to hit that like button. It does help with my channel tremendously. And yeah, so don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. And as usual, I'll be back with more videos. Bye.